organization that focuses on the ending of mistreatment of all people through leadership development, building allies across group lines, and strengthening communities. So we're going to introduce our MCs for the night. And Gage, you want to start?
Sure, why not?
Sorry.
My name is Gage Taylor. I became connected with NCBI my freshman year during our freshman training. I was a juicy face for the next 2 years, which is where you just kind of sit in on the freshman training and help out. And then I finally went to the Train the Trainer camp this last summer. So yeah, you're right.
Hi, I'm Cody Stratton. I've been involved with NCBI since I was in 7th grade. And I started with one of their after-school programs, which used to be called Respect Club, but now it's EPIC, which stands for Empowering People, Inspiring Change. And I kind of just never left, so.
I'm Michaela Hansen. I got involved with NCBI in 6th grade. Just like Cody, I was in the after-school program. It was really fun, so I continued to do work. And then in high school, I went to Train the Trainer camp, and I just really got connected, and I've been doing it ever since.
And I'm Emma, and I'm a senior at Big Sky, and I got involved with NCBI my freshman year through the freshman training, and then I went to Train the Trainer camp the following summer. And I'm actually helping, we're like getting this event together for my senior project with NCBI, so it's been a really cool experience. Yay!
So NCBI, we have a lot of different youth programs, such as Missoula Leadership Programs. It's youth-led violence prevention, prejudice reduction, and leadership development workshops for every 5th, 7th, and 9th graders in Missoula County Public Schools, in partnership with Graduation Matters, High School Train the Trainer. It's a 3-day leadership development camp that trains high school leaders in NCBI workshop models. These youth go on the train youth educator. They go on and we train kids our age, educators and community members across the state of Montana. Last year we trained almost over 4,000 youth in Montana. So a story from camp, we have like this big thing and we have a fire the last night, and it's really touching, and I feel like it brings everyone together. You sit around and you just kind of like say something you're thankful for, and you just kind of talk about your experience, and it's really fun because everyone just gets closer and gets to know each other.
Okay, so this event wouldn't happen without our amazing Youth Advisory Council, also known as YAC. So the Youth Advisory Council is NCBI's youth board of directors guiding the work being done in and for schools across Montana. Members include elementary through college-age students who serve as allies, peer mentors, and role models within the high schools, middle schools, and elementary schools in Missoula. So we love NCBI. Let's welcome our Youth Advisory Council to the stage. And you guys can just say your name and introduce yourselves.
Alright, so your name, your grade, and one word that describes their leadership style. To describe your leadership. Alright, so I'm part of YAC. My name is Gage, as I already said before. I'm a senior at Big Sky High School, and I would say strength is the biggest leadership strength I have. Is just not the will to give up.
Yes. My name is Tessa. I'm a senior at Big Sky High School, and
One word.
it's very empowering.
So as I mentioned, my name's Cody Stratton. I'm a senior at Hellgate High School. I feel like my word would be spontaneous.
My name is Michaela Hansen. I'm a senior at Sealy Swan, and my word would probably be exciting.
I'm Jody. I'm a sophomore at Big Sky, and
the word? There you go. That's okay. That works. So, just so you guys know, we really didn't warn the people of Yak that they were coming on stage and saying this. This is kind of our fault. That's okay. So, my name's Emma again, and I'm a part of Yak. And one word. It is kind of awkward, but super fun.
I'm Riley. I'm a sophomore at Big Sky, and my word is understanding.
I'm Casey. I'm also a sophomore at Big Sky, and I would say my word is extrovert.
All right, and that's all we need from our YAC members. You guys can go sit back down. Can we get a big round of applause for them all? So, why Diversity Day? On April 12th of 2010, NCBI's Youth Leadership launched the Diversity Day celebration in response to the rising controversy and homophobia surrounding the city's then proposed anti-discrimination ordinance. Mayor John Engen, I probably destroyed his name, officially declared April 12th as Diversity Day in Missoula, and the event was credited for playing a key role in influencing the following day's landmark City Council vote to extend non-discrimination protection to Missoula's LGBT community. We continue to honor the hard work of the youth that first year by celebrating Diversity Day, a youth-led event each year in recognition of all that makes our community unique. All right, so I'm going to read the proclamation of. All right. So, whereas many Missoula community members see prejudice and intolerance every day, and whereas Missoula is one of the most diverse cities in Montana, and whereas Missoula's residents value diversity and equality, and we know our strength as a community is based on treating each other fairly and respectfully and ensuring safe, empowering, and inclusive communities, and whereas diversity strengthens Missoula, where it contributes to the thriving and colorful culture throughout our community, and whereas appreciation of diversity among Missoula community members creates a climate of understanding and acceptance that places the people of our city in the forefront of the efforts to ensure that everyone has the right to live in conditions of peace, dignity, and mutual respect regarding and perceived race, color, national origin, ancestry, religion, creed, sex, age, marital or family status, physical and mental disability, sexual orientation, and gender orientation, identity, or expression. Now, therefore, I, John Enger, Mayor of the City of Missoula in the state of Montana, do hereby proclaim April 12, 2010 as Missoula Diversity Day. In Missoula, Montana, and encouraging all citizens to take part in the activities of Diversity Day to work together in ending prejudice, preventing violence, and strengthening our community.
Okay, everybody. So just a couple things. Make sure you stop by NCBI's photo booth, which is right over there. We have lots of fun things you can take pictures with. At the photo booth, you can sign up for a time slot for the open mic that will begin at 9. We also have snacks and drinks at the concession counter. You can buy one of our limited print awesome t-shirts. Cool buttons or totes. Also awesome. We don't have a model for that, sorry. All right, so let's get this show started. And can we welcome to the stage Miranda, Lily, and Ellie from Epic. Woo! You guys So, I think you already said it, but Epic is empowering people and inspiring change.
Okay, thanks for being here today. I am Miranda, and I am a practicum student with NCBI. Been involved for a few years now, on and off, and one of my roles for NCBI is And so these are some of the lovely ladies that are part of our group, and they are going to talk to you a little bit more about what we're doing. Or I'll do it.
Cody's gonna do it.
Or Cody's going to do it for me. Thanks, Cody.
Okay, so this spring our EPIC group at Lowell Elementary has been working on an exciting project. They have each chosen someone who inspires them to learn more about. They chose people who are making positive changes in their communities and in our world. They've put a lot of work into researching their chosen change maker, and they each wrote a short piece to deliver to you tonight. So, who would like to go first?
Well, first, we have some videos recorded of those who couldn't be here tonight.
Professor, and I am Dave John Stina, who is another Western. I am a diva, and I win championships with my sister, right here.
Hi, I'm Bella.
I am a wizard, and I press girls to be strong and tough. I'm a wizard, and I run a lot. I played soccer when I was little, and I have a sister, and I'm Dave John Cena. Me and my sister grew up on the farm in Arizona. Our team close. Me and my sister are Mexican and Italian. I'm a tomboy with a dirty girl side. I tell people to always chase their dreams instead of running from your fears, and to never stop being fearless.
I'm Cody, but you can call me Bob 1189 643200. I'm cool, I rock my beanie, I believe in everyone. I was born on March 16, 1998. I empower people to be or do what they want. I can dance and moonwalk. I help people to show who they are. I listen to people in need, like to help people to become less shy and to help people to be the best of themselves. I volunteer at elementary school to help. It is a kids program called Flagship. My birthday is tomorrow. Peace out. P.S. I rock at everything. Just kidding. Just kidding. When this was March 15th, 2006. Dun dun dun.
All right, now we had about 10 kiddos that decided to choose who they wanted to be for this project, and we have 3 of them live here tonight. So I would like to welcome Miley Cyrus.
I'm Miley Cyrus. I was born November 23rd. I grew up in Tennessee. I'm a Disney superstar turned country singer turned Hollywood singer. I started the Happy Hippie Foundation. The Happy Hippie Foundation is a program that helps homeless youth. I was a Disney superstar growing up. One of my favorite things I've said is, it's so unfair that I'm allowed to be like this and there are 2 men that can't get married in Nashville right now. Hi, I'm Malala. I believe that everyone, including girls, should get to go to school. Getting shot in the head by the Taliban didn't stop me from trying to go to school. They thought the bullet would silence us. They were right. I was born in 1997 and I'm 19 now. I was 11 when I got shot in the head. I never lose my confidence. I knew and still know today that I can make a change. I opened schools for girls and did speeches and a lot more to get girls to go to school. If I hadn't done this, girls would not be able to go to school. I was 16 when I won the Nobel Peace Prize, which means that I was the youngest to ever win one. I met Obama and the Queen. I grew up in Swat, Pakistan. My dad was a teacher at one of few schools that let girls go to school. My dad also did speeches about women's rights. Even if I'm a girl, even if they think I can't do it, I should not lose hope.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Jeanette Lincoln. I went to the University of Montana College. I was the first woman to be elected in the U.S. Congress ever. I was from Montana and lived in the Missoula County. I had 6 siblings and helped with all the chores. My ethnicity was Canadian and Scottish. I died when I was 92, but even though I'm dead, I think I'm still important in any other person's lives. I died in Carmel by the Sea, California. I lived from 1881 to 1973. I was good at standing up against the war on Japan, and I also was the only one that voted against the war. My work is important because of my job of U.S. Congress. I also was a Republican at the time. I am brave, trustworthy, and grateful. You should take people as far as they would go and not as far as you would like them to go. My years as a social activist helped me in my run in 1916 to run for the U.S. House of Representatives. I may be the first woman member of Congress, but I won't be the last.
Yeah.
Thank you, girls, for that. Let's welcome up our BRAD leadership team, Ben, Sam, Gage, and Nick.
I'm Gage again. I'm a part of the BRAD community, and probably my favorite part about working with the BRAD middle or elementary schoolers now is just how innocent they can be sometimes, and how a lot of the times they really surprise you with how much they actually do know about what's going on.
Hi, my name's Nick, and I've been working with BRAD for, I guess, since it started. 2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago. I can move this up. It's better. Yeah, I've been working with BRAD for 2 years, and it's been great to see how the program's grown. When we started, it was just 4 or 5 kids on a regular basis, and now we have about 12 kids. And it's really, each week's a new challenge, and each week we get to look at different issues of how boys and men, how they live in the world, and discuss different issues, and do some fun activities together. So I've really enjoyed volunteering.
name's Sam. I'm a student at the university, and I've been working with NCBI since January, and this is my first semester working with BRAD. And yeah, it's been a really amazing experience. I never thought that I would be taking mental notes about how to approach manhood from 10 and 11-year-old boys, but that's what I've been doing, and it's been a good time.
All right, my name is Ben Minks. I'm a program specialist at NCBI and run the BRAD program. And for all of you who don't know what BRAD is, it's Boys Respecting All Diversity. It's a program we started 2 years ago at Hawthorne Elementary School. And I just want to give a shout out to Brian Christensen, who's in the audience and is a flagship coordinator over there for really helping us out. But really what we do in BRAD, we explore the pressures and messages that come with being male in our society. And for our project this year, we really wanted to explore masculinity and kind of what that looks like among ourselves, among our peers. And in the middle of our production, I had to get emergency surgery, so I was kind of put out of commission for the last half of it. And I just want to give a huge shout out to Kim and Sam and Nick and Sheldon and Gage and Jude and everyone else who stepped up and picked up the slack. I really appreciate them all. But yeah, before we introduce the movie here, I'm going to have Sheldon introduce himself. He's been helping out with the middle school BRAD group.
How's it going, guys? My name is Sheldon. I'm a hip-hop artist. I was able to come through and help out Ben, Sam, and everybody, just kind of help be there, I guess. It was cool just being able to share my story and people I looked up to when I was growing up, and a lot of it was sports, and I got to communicate that with the kids, with the students, and also help with some writing projects as well. We went into one of the high schools, me and Yaz back there, that we're going to be performing later on. We were able to go and help middle school students, elementary students, write some poetry and kind of speak about community members, male role models that they looked up to within their childhood, and kind of who they learned from about what it means to be a man, and being able to just help with questions and interviews, and it was really cool. I had a lot of fun, and I want to thank NCBI for allowing me to come in and help out and just be a part of it all. So it was really fun. Thank you.
All right, so without further ado, I'll introduce the movie. Like I said, it's about masculinity, and kind of our whole goal is to broaden perceptions of what it means to be a man. And the more we work with young people, the more we realize that just how much they have inherently known, and most of the things that we learn about manhood are learned from our peers and our mentors and our fathers and our guardians. Yeah, so our whole goal is just kind of to broaden people's definitions and assumptions of what manhood is. So here it goes, boxed in.
There's a lot of names and put-downs that get thrown around. You have no balls! You're so gay. Boys will be boys. Fit in. Man up! Sissy, he's a mama's boy. Idiot! Don't be a girl. These words, as conscious or unconscious as they may be used, have an effect on how other people view us, and even help mold society's perception of what it means to be a man. And actions.
Take one. Take one.
Take one. Ready, set, go.
assumes I need to be strong, but that's just an option.
Can't cry about anything, but I have to hold it in all the time. Like they have so much emotions inside that they just can't let out.
People assume that guys do bad things, but sometimes we don't. That I like trucks and cars and boxing and stuff like that. I can also like stuff like pink and purple, and I do.
People assume that, like, say somebody gets hurt, like a guy gets hurt, some people assume that they're like faking it, but like sometimes you're not. And people just like assume that you're not hurt because you're like.
People assume that I'm not capable of liking pink or purple, but I do. Better than like other girls, I think. But girls are actually good at stuff too.
People assume that boys aren't allowed to wear pink, but, well, I like to wear pink too.
People think that you're not supposed to feel anything, and that any sign of emotion is a sign of weakness. That's very false. Men have plenty of feelings and lots of emotions, and they just hide it better than most.
These perceptions and misinformation have an effect on how we view ourselves. This looks like personal struggles of anger, confusion, self-reliance, fear of emotions, and overall limited ability to be ourselves. Programs like BRAD are seeking to break the silence among men around these issues.
What do you think about BRAD? I think it's awesome where you can talk about feelings and what people think about us boys. Sometimes a boy just needs to be himself. I think that BRAD is a pretty cool group because it's just a group for boys to hang out and talk.
And to talk with other guys about things that you enjoy. Maybe they could relate to a guy who's had the same problem.
I think BRAD is an awesome flagship. I think it's cool because you get to talk about stuff that maybe not every boy gets to talk about.
I think BRAD is cool and other boys and guys should get involved with it.
We can't do it alone. We need our mentors, teachers, guardians, and you to speak up. Talk to us, teach us, and show us what it means to be a whole human being.
Is it true guys are confused? In some cases.
Is it true? Boys go to sleep to get more sleep? What? No.
Let us wear pink.
Let us be ourselves.
Let us be rad.
Be rad! Be rad! Be rad! Be rad! Be rad!
Okay, I'd like to introduce our next performers, our very own Cody Stratton and Haley Court. Cody's a senior at Hellion High School. He has been dancing and performing since he was about 6. After a long career in cheerleading and rediscovering his true passion for dance and movement, he plans to go to college and study to become a dance therapist to help others through dance just as it helped him. Just as it has helped him become the person he is today. Haley Alexa Court is a proud Missoula native. She has been involved with NCBI for a total of 4 years in programs such as Youth Forward and Train the Trainer. You may recognize her from performing in musicals such as Shrek Musical, Les Miserables, Spamalot, I'm probably destroying all of these, and The Rocky Horror Show Live. You might also recognize her from rolling the tightest burritos in town at Taco del Sol. And she is thrilled to share her upbeat, silly, and exciting dance with you, choreographed by Sarah Pace. Let's hear it for Cody and Haley.
The last time we talked, you said you reduced it to 0. But honestly, what time again? Do I attract you? Do I repulse you with my queasy smile? Am I too dirty? Am I too flirty? Do I like what you like? Got me on some I be low to be some little bit shy. Why don't you like me? Why don't you like me without making me try? I try to be like Grace Kelly. Nobody looks me too sad. So I tried a little Freddy. I'm gonna learn to do.
You guys want to hear a joke? Hold on. I pressed the button. On. You guys want to hear a joke? Yeah. Okay. This is really light. I don't know what to say, so I'm going to squat. He's going to help me. That's nice. There you go. All right. What do you get when you cross an elephant and a rhino? Elephino! Oh, I know it was a bad joke, guys. Okay, it's all right. I'll listen to these people. So we're gonna welcome to the stage Claire and Tess. Claire and Tess. And perhaps someone else. There's an empty space. I don't know. So this is for our Epic Middles project, and I'm gonna let you guys. Where the hell is that?
Okay, sounds good. So, hi everyone, I'm Claire Michelson, and I run our EPIC programs at the middle schools and at Lowell Elementary. So, our EPIC programs stand for Empowering People Inspiring Change, and we work at Washington, C.S. Porter, and Meadow Hill, and then Lowell Elementary. And our middle school students this year decided for their project this spring to make a book called We Are More. And so to do this, they came up with this sort of theme of we are more than our stereotypes or than any single identity that we hold. And so they wrote stories, created artwork and photography, and wrote poems, and put them together in this book, which are over there with a suggested kind donation, but you should go check them out. And so we thought we would start by reading a little thing they wrote, but first I'll let Tess introduce herself. Hi, my name's Tess Schleitweiler, and I, with Claire, co-facilitate some of our EPIC after-school programs. I'm at CS Porter, and one thing that I love about EPIC is just the safe space it creates for young people to be themselves and explore different identities at a time where it can be really difficult to do that. So with that, I'll start reading from our book. Yeah, so y'all have no idea how hard it is to wrangle middle schoolers to an event on a beautiful Saturday evening. So we're kind of presenting their project for them. So with the idea of We Are More, we have them each write a sentence about why they are more. So I'll start and then let Tess read the second half. So we are more. I am more than the names you put on me because you don't know who I am. I am more than my gender. I am strong and will fight with or without my words. I am more than a stereotype because I'm unique and different. I am more than my skin color because that doesn't define everything I do. I am more than my age because I'm mature. I am more than my glasses because I'm a complex person. I am more than the clothes I wear because there's more on the inside. I am more than a loner because I have friends. I am more than my age because I am smart and responsible and imaginative and beautiful. I am more than my hair color because I am smart and there's more beneath the surface. I am more than my self-doubt because I am a cool cat. I am more than my ADHD because I'm weird. I'm more than my gender because it doesn't affect my personality. I am more than my depression because I'm empathetic and creative. I am more than my sexual orientation because who I love romantically only adds to my personality, it doesn't define it. I am more than you could ever know, but you can still try and learn. And so, as part of the book, a group of students decided to put together a photo series called Words Hurt. And so, oh, you already put through them. So you saw them all up on our screen here, and if you'd like to look at them more, they're in the book, and they're pretty awesome. So thank you all.
I'm back. Okay. So our next performers are here to talk about their project, Resumes, pictures from the Flathead Reservation in New York City. Students from Two Eagle River School, located north of Missoula and Pablo, on their Flathead Reservation, will talk about a photography project that recently took them to New York City. They were part of a group of 14 students to make the trip and show their photographs in a public art opening in the city last month. They have been studying photography at school for the past 1 to 3 years, including learning how to work in a dark room. Check out photos by the whole group of students displayed here, and feel free to ask them questions about their pictures. Esperanza, Charlo, and Xavier Smith are here to tell you about how it happened. So, sorry if I said
Hello, everybody. My name's Hello. Oh, my bad. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Xavier Smith. I'm from the Navajo Reservation, but I live here in Montana, in Pablo, Montana, with my 2 cats, and my cat's name is Blue.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Esperanza Roscoe. I'm a descendant of the Salish and Kootenai tribes, but I'm raised Salish ways. I'm also Mexican, which makes life interesting. We're students from Two Eagle River School, which is the tribal alternative school on the Flathead Reservation. The school is mainly about traditional culture where we learn our people's language, history, and what they have done in the past that we can carry on today.
We're going to tell you about a trip we took to New York City last month to take pictures and learn about photographers and other students trying to become professionals. The group includes 14 students, 7 adults, including a videographer to create a documentary about the trip with the students. This trip came out of our photography class at Toledo. We have a photography teacher named David Spear who introduced us to photography, but he ain't here right now, so he helped us create our photos and showed us how to work in a small dark room we have at our school. If it wasn't for him, I don't think I'd be taking photos today or even be interested.
I like to take photos of the outdoors, such as the rivers, the mountains, and the lake on our Flathead Reservation. I like to take photos from down low on the ground because I feel like it's a better view. I like trying to get shots from different angles. The reason why I take these photos is because it's my home, it's what I see every day, and it's always going to be beautiful.
I like to take photos because they capture the moment in time, and I can go back in that moment whenever it's like 10 minutes ago or 10 years ago. I can just look at that photo and it brings me back to that moment, and it just gives me another way to express myself being proud. And the photos that us two and the other students took in New York and here on the reservation are over there hanging up on the wall if you guys would like to see them after this.
When we got to New York City, at night it was so bright, we couldn't see the stars, and we've never been to a place where we weren't able to see the stars, so I was kind of like, where are the stars at? But said you can't see them because it was so bright. One thing I'll remember about New York is rush hour on the subway because you get shoved around and you can get left behind really easily.
And the most memorable thing for me at New York was staying up late and seeing how many people just walked up and down the street. And like, even at like 4 a.m. there was like 50 people up and down the street walking. And there was this Egyptian food, oh my God, this Egyptian food truck was so good. And the guy who managed it had a really good sense of humor despite all the drunk people that were ordering food all the time. And he made really awesome food and even asked when I was okay when I wrecked my scooter in front of his food cart. So.
One evening we joined a portrait class at New York University. We used professional lighting and huge cameras that I could barely hold. We took photos of our partners who were college students. Everyone was very friendly and welcoming. My partner was Xiao Ye. She was born in China, but she was adopted and raised in New York. There's a portrait she took of me and a portrait I took of her.
And I also have this partner named Andrew who was really cool and he was awesome.
At the end of our trip, we had a public art show at the Lower East Side Girls Club. Each of us presented 2 images that we made in the darkroom. You can see them on the wall tonight. It was awesome to see hundreds of people come to the show and get excited about our work. I had some really interesting conversations with people that came and looked at my work. They were long conversations, kind of. But it was awesome to have people come up to you and tell you your work was amazing, and it's a really good feeling.
And life in New York is a lot more different from life in Montana. Attitudes are different there, and like you can be like the poorest of the poor, but as long as you have your family and friends, it doesn't matter. But on our reservation, it feels like people will judge you based on how you look, and New York, it felt like people didn't judge one another and accepted one another's lifestyle. It was pretty cool seeing everybody come together because, I don't know, around here there isn't really that much of that.
The way we made this trip happen is we fundraised on a website called Donors Choose, where people across the country could read about our project and donate money to it. Some people donated $10, some people donated a few hundred. We also presented to our tribal council we also presented to our tribal council to raise funds, and our host organization in New York got 7 hotel rooms donated to us for free. It cost us almost $20,000 to make this trip happen. This should be encouraging to you because it's possible for you to create a trip as awesome as ours.
In the future, I would not mind going to New York City to go to school at the NYU or the International Center of Photography because it was a great experience and seeing everybody just come together.
I'm not going to be a professional photographer in the future, but I know that whatever I become, I'll always have photography and I will always continue on with it. New York was an amazing experience that I'll never forget. If you want to take a trip like we did, talk to your teachers and get things organized. Find people who are really interested in photography and who would actually want to put the time and effort into it, because, I don't know, it's awesome. It's cool to go somewhere big. So. Yeah. Thank you, and come talk to us and look at our photos. We don't mind people coming up to us. We actually love the attention. So, yeah. Thank you very much.
How's everyone doing? Good? Super good. Didn't sound good. How's everyone doing? Over there and fun buttons because they're over there just waiting for you to go buy them, and also our photo booth and yeah, everyone get as excited as Jesse is. All right, so you can show your support of youth leadership and our goal of expanding youth leadership throughout Missoula by donating, and you can donate over there, up here maybe, anywhere. If you hand someone money, it'll probably get donated. Don't hand it to anyone. All right, and we have a lot of sponsors to thank because they're awesome, and you need to thank them, and you should go support them because they support diversity and everything we have going on here. So, Bernice's Bakery, Big Dipper, Butterfly Herbs, Cafe Dolce, Coca-Cola, First Security Bank, Good Food Store, Home Resource, Human Resource Council, Lowell Family Resource Center, Montgomery Distillery, Mood Boutique, Pride Foundation, Runner's Edge, University of Montana Native American Center of Excellence, YWCA of Missoula, Sioux City Apparel, and Zootown Arts Community Center. So if you give them a hand, because that's awesome.
Welcome back, everybody. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. So you come on back, please. Good friends. Alright, our next Missoula superstar is Joe Stone. Joe Stone has always been an avid outdoor enthusiast, flying, biking, and hiking in the mountains is what Joe lives for. On August 15th of 2010, all of this came crashing down when Joe had a speed flying accident in Missoula, Montana. Hello? Yeah, cool. This accident rendered him an incomplete C7 quadriplegic. Not willing to let his newly acquired disability slow him down, Joe has been on a mission to not only get his own life back, but he is working to inspire others along the way. He is now a motivational speaker, filmmaker, quadriplegic outdoor adventurer, and the founder of the Joe Stone Foundation. His goal is to help people push beyond the boundaries of perceived limitations and show that we can find a higher quality of life, no matter what our situation. Before he gets going, we're going to watch the trailer to his documentary, It's Raining, So What?
I've been saying my whole life, if I ever end up with a spinal cord injury and paralyzed, I'd rather be dead. I don't want to live in a wheelchair. I don't want to have to deal with those limitations. That is by far the scariest thing that can happen.
I just remember being paralyzed was a real fear of his.
It's a pretty grievous injury for sure. He was as close to being dead as you can be without actually being dead.
The part that always hit me the hardest was spinal cord damage in the C7.
It was me. Sorry.
You're all right.
Am I low? Diagnosed as an incomplete C7 quadriplegic.
In my mind, during therapy, life as I knew it was over. It took literally 8 months for me to just learn how to get dressed and ready for the day. So about 3 months into therapy, I discovered hand cycling. Getting on a hand cycle and getting outside, starting to set goals for myself, to my surprise, brought back the quality of life that I thought I had lost, a life in the outdoors. Through all of these adventures, I was doing a lot of research to try to figure out what it was I wanted to set for my next goal. And that's when I realized that no wheelchair-using quadriplegic had ever completed a full Ironman. And I didn't know if it would even be possible to get my mind and body to a point to be able to swim 2.4 miles, bike 112, and push a racing chair 26.2.
We know how hard it is with legs, you know what I mean?
I've never worked with somebody with the challenges that we had, like Joe, being a C7 quadriplegic.
It's a mental game, that's for sure.
Only 45 hours left, Joe. He's ready.
Wristbands and body parts as you come through the gate. For those of us that are able-bodied, it's so easy to express it. For those of us who are not so able-bodied, sometimes the opportunity doesn't seem like it's available until somebody opens that door.
I want to be able to do something that Joe Stone's doing also, and he's worked so hard at it.
And I think when people see people like Joe and the other physically challenged athletes here, I think it opens up the realm of possibility to do something that they thought wasn't possible.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. We've been working on this film for about 4.5 years now. It's
been quite the project. I'm was never anybody to go to college. School was not really my cup of tea. And so I kind of look at everything I've learned since my accident, the work we're doing on this film, and what I'm really trying to do in life. This has kind of been my college, in a sense, through living life and through real life experiences. This film will be done over Thanksgiving weekend. We're doing a world premiere. And it's going to be a free online world premiere. So if any of you are interested and you want to follow what we're doing so you can see the actual full-length documentary, if you go to itsrainsowhat.com, you can sign up on it. You'll get a free ebook that covers a lot of what I'm going to talk about today, only a lot more detail. And it'll keep you updated to let you know when the world premiere hits and when you can click on the link and finally watch it when we got it out there to you. But it's always crazy to me to watch this because it goes so quickly, but what it doesn't really tell is what it actually took for me to get to any point of happiness, confidence, believing in myself at all, thinking that there was really anything out there for me. And that's kind of what I want to share with you guys, is take a step back and really go over kind of what it took for me to get to where I am today. So, before my accident, as was mentioned, I was a really active guy. Rollerblading was my huge passion from about 12 years old till I was 25. And I just like to jump over things and jump on handrails and slide down them and take risks. And I don't want to say I liked getting hurt, but that was kind of a byproduct of the sport. So I spent a lot of time getting injured, getting back up, falling down, getting back up, trying again, falling down over and over and over again. Little did I know this was going to come back and really help me after my accident, just the idea of getting up and falling down, getting up and falling down over and over and over again, just to achieve one small thing. But I also enjoyed skydiving. That was a huge passion of mine before my accident. And then that led me into getting more into the outdoors, starting to explore the mountains and learn more about what I could do away from machines, away from motors, away from the city. And I really wanted to take my life into the mountains, not only with biking and hiking and running and that kind of thing, but the main goal in the end was to discover what I could do to get to the point of actually flying in the mountains. So, like was mentioned, I had a speed flying accident. Speed flying, go ahead and hit play. Thanks. So speed flying is basically flying a small skydiving parachute off the mountains. This is Mount Jumbo, and this was just taken a couple days before my accident, but I'm flying the exact line that I was flying the day I crashed. So you can see it's just a small backpack, or a parachute. You load it up in a backpack to hike up to the top of the mountain, unload it, and you've got this aircraft. You can actually fly this thing, you can pilot it off the mountains. The coolest thing I think I could ever have gotten into. What you'll see in just a second here, I'm going to start making sharp turns. And you'll see how fast my speed picks up. And I was doing a maneuver called a barrel roll the day I crashed, so I actually go almost completely over top of my parachute, which I don't do that here, but it's the same idea of once you start doing maneuvers, your speed picks up. So in just a second here, start doing wing overs. You can see how fast the speed picks up. And directly below me is that one single pine tree. That's where I crashed. And so I had made some mistakes on my own, which took a while to admit to myself that it was my fault and I made mistakes. I took responsibility for that after a while. But what had happened is it created line twists in my canopy. So up above me, it just turned into a huge mess. And when you get line twists in a high performance canopy like that, that sends you way out of control, really fast, and there's not a lot you can do to get out of it. Now, given that I wasn't that high off the ground, about 200 or 300 feet, I really only had about 4 or 5 seconds to try to correct what went wrong before I impacted the ground. And that just simply wasn't enough time. So, I crashed into the side of Mount Jumbo at about 50 or 60 miles an hour, right on my back, and I actually don't remember any of that. Everything I just explained to you guys is things that I picked up from witnesses and knowing what I was doing, knowing the line I was flying, and what I was trying to accomplish within that. But I don't actually remember any of it. So from there, I hit the side of the mountain. There's an amazing person that happened to be on the mountain, happened to be the closest one to me, and the only person close to me with a cell phone. He ran over to me with his friend. They called 911, got the life flight team, ambulance services, and firefighting team out to the mountain to start helping me. They got to me, when William got to me, although he was a trained EMT, he said this was the most intense moment of his life because he heard gurgling coming from my mouth, which told him that my airway was blocked.
So I told him he had to do something to make sure my airway was clear so I could get oxygen. For in that moment, it meant take off my helmet. As a trained EMT, that's the last thing you want to do is remove somebody's helmet. So with his friend's help, he removed my helmet, kept my neck stable, and scooped out blood and some teeth, things like that that were on the inside of my mouth, and kept me alive till the emergency services got to me, picked me up off the mountain, flew me to St. Pat's, and they had all that done within about 35 minutes of the phone call that was made, which was remarkable. Another 5 minutes, I easily could have killed myself. It was that grave of a situation that I was in. So this is how I spent the next month. I'm in a coma right now, an induced coma. I didn't hit my head, but a coma nonetheless, and it went on for about a month. I was on just about everything you could think of to keep me alive. Tons of medications, a ventilator. You can't really see it, but on the top of my head there's a horseshoe, so that's the way I describe it at least, but it's called being in traction, and they screw it into the side of your skull, and they have a rope that dangles down the back of the bed with weights on it. And so they have me elevated on the bed, and then they've got the weights pulling on the top of my head that's trying to stretch out my spine and relieve the pressure, and relieve the swelling and all that. Over the course of this month, my heart stopped twice. They brought me back to life. Really, really bad experience for my family and for Amy, my fiance, and all my friends and everybody that was, looking out for me. That month was terrible, and it's so weird for me to talk about it because it's nothing to me. Like, I have no memory of it, no recollection. I'm literally telling somebody else's story is what it feels like when I talk about that month. But then they weaned me off the drugs, and they wanted to wake me up. Now, coming out of a coma is absolutely nothing like what you see in the movies. You don't just wake up, oh, hey, I've been asleep for a month. How's everybody doing? How was your month? It's not like that at all. Not even close. It's actually really, really terrifying. It's an experience that I really wouldn't wish on my worst enemy. I don't know that I have any enemies, but if I had one, I wouldn't wish it on them. And I was hallucinating. I was struggling to figure out what was going on. I'll never forget my first memory. So I woke up, and I looked to the foot of the bed, and I saw Amy standing there. It's like, oh, okay, there's Amy. I'm in the hospital. Believe it or not, through my rollerblading days, this wasn't the first time I'd woken up in a hospital. So I understood where I was at. And then I looked to the left side of the bed, and there were my parents. And that was the part to me that really kind of set off the first alarm. This might be pretty bad. My parents live in Minnesota. So if they're out here, they must have flown out here, and this must be a pretty bad situation. So then I looked over to Amy. And when she turned and she started walking towards the head of the bed, she saw I was awake. I looked on the side of her face, and she was missing all of the skin from her cheek and the side of her nose. I could see her gums, her teeth, all the tendons, muscles, the sinuses inside of her nose, like no skin there whatsoever, but very detailed images of what was underneath. I was like, oh my gosh, okay, so hey, we must have gotten in a car accident together. This is the situation we're both in. That's what happened to her. I don't know what's happened to me yet, but clearly something. Well, as she started walking closer, it almost digitally, like everything filled back in on her face, and all the skin was there, and there was nothing wrong with her. Well, it was kind of in that moment that I realized everything I was seeing, I didn't know if it was real or fake, which became even more scary because I just had no idea what was reality. And that went on for the next few days as the drugs wore off and I got more comfortable and started to somewhat understand what was going on. But within 3 days, I was loaded onto a life-flight jet. This is a jet at the Missoula airport, little tiny capsule. I've never felt so claustrophobic in my life. I was strapped onto that bed and being flown back to Minnesota, where I was from, where I had support, do my rehab there, family, everything that I needed to kind of get back to life. And I'll never forget, this was a really, really sad moment for me because when I've never made it through this part without tearing up. But when you set your goal and you have dreams and you go and you find out they're possible, and for me that was moving to Montana and getting in the mountains and getting into free flight and really enjoying what this wilderness out here has to offer. And I found it. I found my passion, and I was so stoked about it and so happy with where I was. I never wanted to leave, and to be forced, more or less, to have to leave that situation for the total unknown and what was looking like an extremely negative situation. I'll never forget, we took off in the plane, and the plane banked and turned over Missoula to head towards Minneapolis. And from there, I went out my window and I could just see the city of Missoula below me, and it was just disappearing. It was just gone. Had no idea if I'd ever return, had no idea what life held for me at that point. But with being in a situation without any choice or any kind of thing that I could do to change what was going on, all I knew that I could do was just focus on the future and see what this has to hold for me. So we made it to Minnesota, and that's when I started the beginning of my rehab. The first thing they did was they gave me an ice cube. So I was on a ventilator. I hadn't had anything to eat for over a month. I hadn't had anything to drink. Because I'm on the ventilator, I can't talk. I wasn't breathing through my mouth. Nothing was going through my mouth and my throat. It was miserably uncomfortable not being able to have a drink of water. So they gave me this ice cube. This was the first any bit of relief I had ever felt since the accident. And I can't really tell you how relieving this really felt. This is the most amazing ice cube that has ever been created, ever. Nobody will ever top it. They gave me this ice cube, and I felt it melt, and it felt so good. And I let it kind of swish around my teeth and my mouth, and I finally swallowed it down, and it went down my throat, and just the relief that it brought from the discomfort of everything that was going on was amazing. But then the negative side kind of kicked in. And what had happened is, since I was on the ventilator, they were able to actually stick a tube through my throat and push it down into my lungs and suction anything that was in my lungs out. And that's what they did after I swallowed that ice cube. And what they found is I swallowed all of the water right into my lungs. I'd forgotten how to swallow. So just take a second and think about that. Like, I'm guessing the majority of the people in this room have never actually had to learn how to swallow. It's just something we were born with the ability to do, and we don't really have to think about it. All of a sudden, I found myself not being able to swallow. They took the ice cube away. I'll be completely honest in saying I was not very happy with the nurses and doctors in that situation. But I tried to stay positive and nice, and I focused for days. How do I swallow? What does it take? What muscles do I have to use? How does that happen? And every now and again, they give me another ice cube, swallow it, wouldn't work. Eventually, I got it right. And that was honestly one of the more exciting parts of what was going on for me. This picture's all kinds of blurry, and it did turn out, but it always means so much to me, because in the middle of like the worst situation I've ever been in my life, somehow I dug deep and found some form of positivity, something that was keeping me thankful for the situation I was in. And I was stoked. I swallowed an ice cube, and it went into my stomach, not my lungs. That was awesome. From that point forward, it was like, it's game on. If I can do that, let's figure the rest out. Now from there was a lot of things to learn. I had to relearn how to breathe. I had to relearn how to get dressed. I had to relearn everything. Therapy was really, really a struggle for me. But what it eventually got me into was hand cycling. And now I was about 8 months after my accident, I got on a hand cycle. This picture was the best I could find to show the struggle, because hand cycling is really not that easy. I thought it was going to be this really amazing sport that I got into. I went my first mile downhill, but I didn't really realize it was downhill, so when I had to turn home and come back, it took well over an hour for me to go 1 mile on a bike or a trike. But I knew right then, if I could do that one time, I can do it again. And if I get stronger, I can do it faster. I'll become more efficient, this will hopefully become more fun. So I stuck to what I've always known, which was, it's always hardest the first time you do something. And every time after that, you get a little bit better. And if you focus on what you need to do to change to make it better, then your progression really grows. So throughout this, my goal was to come back to Glacier National Park and bike to Going to the Sun Road. And I wanted to do that one day before the 1-year anniversary of my accident. That was a big goal. I had no idea if it was possible. This is the first goal I'd ever set in my life that was truly the unknown. I had absolutely no clue if this was going to be possible. No textbook could tell me what a C7 quadriplegic could do, and it just was the complete unknown. So I trained for 3 months. I learned I didn't sweat anymore. Learned how to deal with that. Learned how to get myself off and on the hand cycle. Learned how to go biking independently. Got back to myself, which is what felt amazing. Eventually, that got me to Glacier National Park. Now, Glacier was an amazing experience, but it was so much work. And just being in the mountains and be doing what I was doing, you can't see here, but there was a whole support team with me. I had 5 other people riding with me, and a film crew, and a bunch of things going on. But
with all the distractions, I was so in the moment the whole time, but I was going so slow, like 3 miles an hour, 2 miles an hour for the entire climb. So for me to go up Logan Pass, that took 8.5 hours of cranking. 8.5 hours of going so slow. And then what it taught me though was the ability, like you set a big goal, and it seems almost like you can't obtain it. Like it's just too big. Like it's just too much you got to do to get to that goal. Well, that's how this road was for me. Getting to Logan Pass in the beginning, I was thinking about it. Gotta get to Logan Pass. Gotta get to Logan Pass. I had 8 hours ahead of me of biking. There's no way I could think about Logan Pass. I'd drive myself crazy. So I started focusing on the rock that was just ahead of me. Get to that rock. Okay, get up to that sign. Okay, now I'm there. Get up to that turn in the road. Okay, now I'm there. And one small goal at a time, it led me to the big goal of getting to Logan Pass. Now, Logan Pass was something that opened my mind, unlike anything else I ever thought. It did so much more for me than what I originally had in my head as to what this would do. Logan Pass, it was cool to accomplish the goal. Yeah, I did that. I had no idea I could do it. This is awesome. There's even little parts like, I don't think any quadriplegics ever hand cycled this road. Maybe I'm the first, some cool things like that. But what it really did was it opened my mind to the possibilities of somebody in my situation. And I realized right then and there, life is 100% limitless. It's all what we make of it, and it's all what we choose to do with it. And for me, that just means doing things a little bit different than what the majority of people are doing, or how I was doing it before my accident. And it also taught me that yes, I'm very lucky. I've had an amazing support group around me. I've had amazing opportunities to get on these hand cycles, to get out and do what it is I love to do and continue the lifestyle that I live. But not everybody has that. That's what started to kind of spark the idea of I wanted to start a foundation that we could start helping other people. And the bigger picture behind the foundation is not only just to get people with disabilities out and more active and finding a higher quality of life for themselves, finding out what's possible, but we want to challenge the stigma against disability. There's a very, very obvious stigma that the majority of society sees when they see me in a wheelchair. A lot of that is my lack of ability. And we want to prove that through outdoor recreation, that everybody can not only recreate together, but it's possible for all of us. So what we do is we bring the adaptive division to already existing events. We don't set up our own little disability-only hand cycle clinic or anything like that. Our main event, which you'll see at the end of this video I'm about to show you, is the White Hill Rendezvous. It's a mountain bike festival. So it'll be the fourth year we'll be involved with it. Third year actually bringing a lot more people with disabilities there. Last year we had 16 people riding adapted bikes and trikes, riding a chairlift, doing downhill runs, cross-country runs amongst 450 able-bodied mountain bikers. And we all had a blast, and we all loved life that day, or that week. And that was such a beautiful thing, because it not only opened up these opportunities for people with disabilities, but everybody that witnessed this, the people that I talked to after, they said, I had no idea this is possible. I gotta tell my friend, I got a friend in a wheelchair, I gotta let him know that he can get out and do this stuff. They had no clue. And through the power of recreation, through the power of positivity and doing things that are things everybody can relate to, it opens that door and challenges that stigma without me really having to say anything, or anybody having to say anything. You just witness it. And it's just become this really beautiful thing. So I'll show you what I've learned how to do myself a little bit, and what we're doing with the foundation in this next video. Thank you very much. When I watch this video, really what I think about is the power of just having an opportunity and how important it is for all of us at all ages and all abilities everywhere to have opportunities to try to figure out what our passion is in life. And once we dial in on what that passion is, I don't care what it is, if it's art, more physical things like what I like to do, being an actor, an actress, you want to get into finance and work at a bank, I don't care. Find a passion. And once you dial into that passion, life becomes extremely easy. At least that's what I found for myself. Because dealing with this situation is wrapped in negatives. But I almost never think about them. I'm not going to say I don't have bad days, but for the most part, I never really think about them because I have so much positivity moving towards things in my life that I'm very passionate about. And I think having a passion is just something that's really important for every single one of us to get out and find and explore and see how far we can push that passion. The question I always get, though, at the end of these kind of talks, and I'm sorry this one may have seemed a little bit scrambled. I did kind of a whole new thing with this PowerPoint and everything, so I'm kind of, working the kinks out. But everyone always asks me, would you ever fly again? Would you ever get up in the air? And for a while, I had to sit there and look at people and be like, I want to, at some point I will, but I haven't yet, and that kind of thing. But today, I get to show you a video that I've made that is, probably my proudest moment for the things that I've done personally since my accident. And Henry Dogs who made this happen.
I don't think I told you, but today's 5-year anniversary now. 5 years ago.
So once again, that's another example of an opportunity that I was given through Project Airtime. Absolutely nothing I've done in my life has been made possible without the support of other people. And that's what goes on around here. That's what I've noticed about what little bit I've been involved with NCBI and the programs that you guys have going on. It's just amazing to see opportunities being given to people that are looking for new and different opportunities to find themselves, find their own passions, and find that high quality of life we're all kind of looking for. So I want to thank you all so much for allowing me to be here and share my experience a little bit and what we're doing with the foundation. If you have any questions, feel free to come up to me with anything or just even a simple high five. And thanks for being awesome and letting me be here. Good.
Okay, can everyone hear me? Yeah? In the back? In the back? He's nodding his head, so yes. Okay, so again, my name's Emma, and this year I've had the privilege of working with some really cool people and running improv at Big Sky High School. So we're just gonna play a few improv games. It's gonna be really fun. But first I'm gonna introduce all of my improvers, so can all of you come on stage? Yes! Okay. So first, we have the lovely Abby Roscoe, who's an incredibly talented freshman. And Faith Arledge, she's a junior at Big Sky. Rings Baker, she's also a junior. Alicia Boone, also a junior. Shanley Versees, also a junior. Maddie Nowak, who's also a junior. Lots of juniors. And John Cellini, who's a senior at Big Sky. Okay, so the first game we're gonna play is called Press Conference. So I need Alicia, Abby, Faith, John, and Shanley to stay on stage.
Could we get chairs?
Yeah, you can grab your chairs.
Right now?
Yeah, go for it. So the way this game works is the lovely Alicia is actually going to leave the room because she's holding a press conference. And I need some audience participation to figure out why she's holding a press conference.
But she should probably leave first.
We're waiting for her to leave.
I just wanted to.
Hey Ben, you want to hop up here this press conference? Ask a few questions? We can just.
That's a solid point.
I'm gonna steal this chair.
Oh, yes. We have chairs up here.
Oh, there are chairs. All right.
Yeah, you can use
We don't need those. I grabbed this one.
Okay.
All right. So these are our people holding the press conference. They were going to be asking questions, but we need to figure out a person for Alicia and what she did to hold a press conference. So any ideas? Anyone?
She's the president.
She's the president. What did she do that
Raised inflation rates.
Wow, that's gonna be hard to guess. Maybe something a little easier. She did what? She outlawed donuts. The president of the United States outlawed donuts. So you guys are just gonna ask her questions to get her to try and figure out who she is and why she's holding the press conference. Can someone grab Alicia? So Alicia, you can start your press conference whenever you're ready.
All right, it's nice to have all of you guys here. So I know we have a lot of really important things to discuss, so why don't we open it up with some questions? You.
Do you have a secret stash of these outlawed things at the White House?
I don't really think I'm in the position to answer that question. I'm sorry.
How do you think the local police force feels about this privilege being taken away?
Well, I actually think they're happy about it. It really makes things easier on them.
Is this for them to watch their weight?
Yeah, we've been noticing that they eat a lot of donuts for breakfast and, thought that needed to stop.
Do you know who you are already?
Am I someone working in the White House who wants to...
Keep going. Keep asking her questions. Was this due to Michelle Obama's nutrition?
Well, I would hate to say that, but yes.
I mean, she's your wife, so you have a lot of controlling issues, things going on.
I realize that she likes to do her own thing, and I have a whole, country to run, so I don't have a whole lot of time to oversee her.
All right, Alicia, who are you and what'd you do?
Obama, and did I, police. Did I limit, junk food?
Specifically.
I limited. I outlawed something with cops.
No. Does this affect pastry sale worldwide, or?
I outlawed pastries.
You're close enough. Great job. All right. So you all can leave 4 chairs up here, and then we will get started is our next game. Thanks, Ben. One, two, Alright. So, our next game also involves audience participation. So we're gonna need some ideas from everybody.
Oh, should I leave?
Huh? Yes. Yeah. So John's gonna go out of the room because we're playing a game called Dating Game, and John is our lovely bachelor, and he's gonna go in that room and plug his ears. And then we have our lovely bachelorettes.
What? Yeah.
All right. But we need to come up with characters for each one of these bachelorettes. She has an idea. Who's Maddie? Cinderella. Can you be Cinderella? Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who is Faith? A hungry squirrel. A hungry squirrel. Who's Abby? Scooby-Doo? Scooby-Doo? Yes. Scooby-Doo. All right, can someone grab John for me? Maybe not. No. All right, now you can go start your dating game whenever you're ready.
So, my name is John, and this is Dating Game. So, I'm gonna ask these people some questions. So, Bachelorette number 1, what is your favorite food?
Probably pumpkins. I really enjoy pumpkins so much that I actually have a carrot of one. Will you speak up, please? All of you. Pumpkins are probably my favorite food, and I even have a carriage of one.
That's
I
interesting.
mean, I cook a lot. I do a lot of work. but
Okay.
I make a lot of dishes with pumpkins.
Be quiet now.
Okay.
Bachelor number 2. What is your favorite food?
I'd have to say nuts.
And number 3?
I like me some Scooby snacks.
Same,
Yeah.
dude. Same. So back to number 1. If you're gonna take me on a date, where would you take me?
I'd probably take you to a ball, but you'd have to get me home by midnight.
And number 2?
Probably the forest in an acorn tree.
Number 3?
Well, you can take me anywhere you like, but your car will probably break down in some remote area with some scary haunted thing.
And okay. Back to number 1. If we were to get married, where would we live?
Where would we live? Well, probably somewhere beautiful and a house with low maintenance.
Number 2.
We'd live in a giant acorn.
And number 3.
I have a great group of friends, and they have a car, and we could just live in there and drive around a lot. It's got lots of colors.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
So, Cinderella, to be honest, I'm not really into princesses and Scooby-Doo. cat person. Even those like munchkins from Disney, like nuts or something. What's the squirrel?
Munchkin that eats nuts.
You a squirrel?
Yeah.
Oh.
You guys can take your chairs with you. Alright, so we have one last game, and it involves some very fun things. Alright, so I need Shanley, Abby, Alicia, and Rains up here, please. So this game is called Props, because we're using props. And we have two teams, and they each will get a prop, but they can't use their prop for what their prop is for. And they have little tiny, like 3-second skits to use their prop as something it's not. And then I'll yell switch, and they'll just switch. So, I'm gonna have Rains and Alicia start for us. You guys can start whenever you're ready.
Hey, Alicia, how are you doing? I can't really hear you.
Switch! You know what these are. Switch! Let's go! Switch!
What size are you? Size 9?
I have pretty shoes.
Switch! I'm Harry Potter! Switch!
This
cereal.
cereal is so good.
Cereal.
Mine's not.
Switch!
Bowling. I'm gonna get a strike.
Switch!
Okay, I'm gonna make you.
Oh, okay.
Pretty.
Okay, wait.
Okay. No.
Switch! It's a hat. Switch! You're really clean.
Really clean.
Switch!
This is my shovel in regard to you.
Switch!
Does it look good like this?
Yeah, I think you
Switch. This chair is so comfortable.
Oh, comfy.
Switch!
I got this pen at Disney World.
Me too. Switch!
Switch.
It's pretty. Woo! Switch!
I'm driving a car.
Great job! Thank you. Thanks, Emma.
Thanks.
Woo! You know what we said. So next up we have one of my close friends, Steve, also known as Diego Chellins. He's a local hip hop artist from Missoula with big dreams of making a name in the musical industry. This is Diego's 6th year performing at Diversity Day. Woo!
Hello, everybody. Should be. There's a switch on top.
Check. There we go. How you guys doing tonight? Yeah? Alright. My name is Diego Chellin. I go by Deegs. I'm into hip hop and R&B. And if you don't know me, well, I guess now you know me. Ooh, come on, yeah, yeah. I've got so much love for y'all. Ooh, I saw you from across the room and I stopped. Yo, why don't you come over here with me right now, yo? Cause every time I flip the microphone, I'm going 1, 2, check. Everybody checking microphone to see what's next. I'm freestyle straight from the brain. If you call me insane, that would be my membrane talking to you. Every time I hit the beat, I'm going hard. When I walk in the street, I'm going past your yard. Every time and every way, yes I see it. Looking like this if you don't even believe it. When I saw you walking past the door, oh yeah, baby girl, I just wanted some more. Cause I need you now more than ever. Yo, Todd, come up here. hot to eat the G.O. We're having some fun. So if my people up in the house wanna say something, well, everybody put your hands together, say you have fun. Oh, yes, I did. I saw you walking and I said hello. Hello, now. I need to get your number. Oh, yes, I do. Oh, yeah, 'cause I need some love. Oh, it's been so long, man. So come on, girl, and come over here and talk it up a bit. Yo, I steal the microphone and then I spit a rap. These guys looking at me like I am spitting some crap, but I'm just grabbing it up and grabbing it down, and yes, I flip around. You hear that sound, and yes, I turn it 'cause I'm underground. I spit the knowledge 'cause I am an MC. Poetry coming from the roots, yes, you know me. D-double-E-G-Z is in effect. If you can't see me, then I guess what's next is my introduction. Yes, you see me everywhere I go, 'cause yes, I go, and you know that I got the mad flow. Oh, alright, what's next? Oh, how many people know Tribe Called Quest? Yeah. R.I.P. to 5 Dogs. He just passed away recently. Gotta get him something. Yo. We got the beats, we got the flow, and yes you know we grow, and yes we go, and yes we go. We got the medicine everywhere we go, 'cause every time I spit the beat, and yes you know it's the medicine flow. 'Cause I roll, and yes I roll with freestyle. Looking at me, yes, this is just me style. Every time I walk around, I'm going wow. Looking like this, I haven't been out for a while. Looking at my wings, yes I open up and fly. Look at me while I fly up in the sky. Oh, and then I just go. Yo, listen to the Golden Age flow. Golden Age flow, it's 1995. Hit with the flat cap, Nike, Levi blue jeans. What the heck is going on? Stepped on the scene. You're looking at me like you're mean, G. Can't believe it was a different freestyle flow. And now I gotta go, but what you gonna do? And what you gonna do is that I walk down the road and said I gotta go. Where you gonna go? Where they gonna go? Where's the microphone? Where we at now? What's going on? Where we at, Kendall? Can you tell me what's happening? How we rapping now? Sometimes I think about it 'cause I'm rapping with my dad. And some people think that it is kinda sad, but I'm like, yo, man, it's really rad. What do you do with your mother besides go to a baseball game and eat some peanuts and do different things and go like this and go within your shame? 'Cause I be going on the street, looking like this every time we dabble with the beat. I used to rap to my son when he was a little kid. When he was a baby, he said Goo Goo Gaga in the head. He tried to hit me with a flip and then I said ahead with 16 verses when he was like 3 years old. I went to back and said, no, we'll fight the foe. This is the kid that just to keep me on my best boat. I fall off the stage and try to get up in the rage and got a cold course because I'm on the stage. I guess we bring it back with an attack. Look like this from the sands of abstract like you hear Q-tip. Looking like this every time it's too quick for the flow. Yes it goes, and yes it rolls. You would think you looking at a piece of gold, but yo, I haven't shined yet. But yes, it's my time yet, and I'ma push it to the line yet. 'Cause I'ma go, yes I'm gonna go. Oh, what's next? This is one of my favorite groups, People Under the Stairs. If you guys don't know them, you gotta check them out because they just did a show. I was really sad I couldn't make it to the show, but yeah. The San Francisco night, all over San Francisco night, yeah, all over San Francisco night. Yo, it was the R&B, but yes, we took it to the hip-hop, 'cause can't you see that us with the C? Yo, one second, I'm falling off, so give the mic up a little bit. When I say diverse, you say city, diverse. When I say zoo, you say town. Zoo, zoo. When I say get up, you say now. Get up, get up. When I say live your life, you say do it now. Live your life. When it's that 5 finger hum, that gon' thump in your tongue. And even if you fall off the wall, you gotta jump like a Michael Jordan. And Kobe gave it up with that ring, with that pop, with sneaking that I sing. Beats to the rocket, to the hip hop. Pass it to my son, cause he likes to rip it hip hop. Yo, lights, camera, action. This is his life. You're the actor. Roll the dice, sacrifice to stay alive and open your eyes. Just one with another and that foot in your eye. Oh, there was some old lyrics by him, and I don't even know this cause I'm going like a kid. And when I listened to him rap when I was 6, I was like, oh, that's what I wanna be, that's my kicks. And then I got some fresh Nikes, I thought they cool, but I guess I wasn't cool in the school. So I realized corporations didn't name me, cause every time I went to Old Navy, I got Francisco night. Auto San Francisco night. Auto San Francisco night. Yeah. Auto San Francisco night. We from the Z-O-O-T-O-W-N, the Zoo Town, baby, yes, we bring it back again, yo. I'm from the zoo with 3 rivers, merged to one. West of the Pacific, when the salmon start to run. Raven shacks and crystal, create the stars and sun. Embrace the unknown, the greatness we web's fun. We live from our heart, we live from our mind, we live from our heart, we live from the time, and now is the time to follow your passion, to follow that gleam, to follow the dream, to follow it all, you know what I mean? So when I say diverse, you say city, diverse, diverse. When I say get up, you say now, get up, get up. Oh, San Francisco night, yeah, on a walk. Go night. Get it back, walk San Francisco night. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Auto walk San Francisco night. Thank you guys so much. Have so much fun tonight. This is amazing event. Thank you.
All right, let's have one more big round of applause for JD and Todd. All right, so next up we have our headlines for this evening, MC Rhetoric and Yaz Like Jaws. So MC Rhetoric is a hip hop artist from the Pueblo of Kiwa, which sits in central present-day New Mexico. His government name is Sheldon Tenorio. Having found purpose through this struggle, he uses music as a tool to reach hearts and souls to raise awareness and bring social and environmental justice to people across Turtle Island. Yaz Like Jaws is a hip-hop artist whose music resembles life experiences and art of reclaiming identity and respect. He comes to us from the Blackfeet Nation. Having traveled to many places, his messages include the struggle, but more importantly, how to rise above the oppression in place. So, without further ado, I'd like to welcome up MC Rhetoric and Yaz Like Jaws.
How y'all feeling out there? Pretty nice day. Everybody's blessed on my today. Appreciate y'all, glad to be here. While my boy Yaz Like Jaws sets up, I just want to say how glad I am to be here. Thank you for everybody for opening up the space to be here, celebrating diversity. It's good to see everybody out here. You guys excited? Yeah, just talk a little bit about what we do. We travel across, we call the island, the continent, Turtle Island, and we go around, we do a lot of different work that involves a lot of diversity. It involves a lot of racial and social justice. You can find us on the front lines with many campaigns out there doing work, offering some consciousness through hip hop. Music, hip hop for us is a tool, it's a medium for voice, and we use that to speak to people and raise awareness and demand justice. So without further ado, here's my boy, Yaz Like Jaws.
Like you said, that was an amazing introduction.
don't think I really need to go much further into. Again, I'm from the Black Indian Reservation, and a lot of my lyrics, they come from my upbringing. They come from a lot of my experience, and then, so since this is all about diversity, I figured I'd share a little bit of my experiences. I come from a place called Moccasin Flats, which is on the reservation, and a lot of the things that growing up were just normal to me, you know what I mean? A lot of the things that I was going through, I seen my friends going through, and a lot of my buddies going through, and it was just normal, you know? But then I got off the reservation and started going to college and traveling more and doing all these things, and I noticed there's a lot more difference between the way I thought things were normal and the way that I realized the rest of the world. So there's different levels of normal, but then I started traveling to other reservations and seeing other young people and other young kids dealing with a lot of the same struggles, a lot of the same hardships, and I felt, that after I started being more exposed to the different levels of struggle and different levels of trauma, different levels of oppression, I started to feel the need to do something about it. But so a lot of my lyrics come from this place of wanting to make sense of things, and at the same time, putting words to things that I feel like a lot of us go through from different reservations. So that's where a lot of my lyrics come from, but I'll just get started. The song's called Scars. It's my second time performing this one. I'm trying to beat a little bit. Check. Again, I go by Yaws like Jaws. True pride music. Just trying to live up to these cells in my chest. Activate my soul with a piece of pride is the best. Cause once upon a time I was born up on the red road. Now I find myself in the ditch. As I look upon my life, I'm starting to tread. I'm starting to tread. As I go up and down on these highs and these lows on this road, going two ways of the same time, two ways of the same time, same time. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know where I'm going. I'm just going. And I know you out here with me, out here fighting, riding with me, out here with me. As we go up and down these highs, these lows on this road, going. So bounce with me, just bounce with me, ride with me, vibe with me, let us live with me, just rise with me, just ride with me, just bounce with me, just bounce with me. Tell me something, would you hear me more or less if I said a bunch of words you wouldn't like? I'm sorry, just pardon my French. I'm coming from genocide, so pardon the mess. My heart's been going through genocide, so pardon the mess. I'm just trying to live up to these hearts on my chest. Activate my soul with a piece of pop is the best. Cause once upon a time I was born up on the red road. Now I find myself in the ditch. As I look upon my life, I'm starting to trip. I'm starting to trip. Cool. Okay. Second time performing that one. I'm really happy to be sharing it with you guys. So I travel a lot. Next we're going to Oklahoma, Kansas, Kentucky, speaking to universities. But I've never actually performed in Missoula, so it's kind of cool to be here. I usually make a pit stop through here. This is like my port to a bus or an airport, or jump in with my friends, Crystal and Sheldon. And yeah, so I'm really happy to be here today. I went to the University of Montana, studied marketing for a while. But this next song is called Cloud 9, and yeah, I can just play it. Cloud 9. Hope my sneakers soles, so I step out, leave these lows. Cloud 9, right underneath Cloud 9. Cause out from under my feet is where the thunder speaks. Tippy toe on Cloud 9, right under me. Ever since I was in my league, dungarees coming straight out of God's country, yo. It's guys like Johnson's, but Johnson's are proper. Talking this nonsense and not kids, I got this. Let me show you what the true definition of Boston's billy and cheap. Don't be cautious stepping on into my office, cause my flow's deep and they beastin'. Just like lockers and I came to kill all these I can seem to be is my own be accomplished. It's gotta be done with shit talking. So nauseous got me, so toxic got me nauseous. Oh my god, yo. I open up the pen and the pad in my mind. Let the ink spill, yeah, let the ink spill. Do what I'm saying, yeah, exactly how I feel. Go and get the girl like the well. Open my mouth and I kill like krill. Cloud 9, right underneath Cloud 9. Hoping my sneakers soles, my step I leave these lows. Cloud 9, right underneath. That was, I think, my third time performing that one. I'm really happy to be sharing a lot of new stuff, so that was good. This next song is called Forever. And I'm really excited about this song because I performed this one in Oakland, and I was really happy to I performed this, my first time performing it, and then this girl came up to me. She was not from the reservation, but she came up to me and she was really, really emotional. And I was really, really surprised that I could go to a city that I've never been and speak to another Native American and have her feel exactly how I felt. And then I traveled to another city, performed it, and an elderly woman came up to me. She was also Native American, and she was crying. And it just really made it more apparent that the things that I'm feeling are actually not only, it doesn't matter if you're from the reservation or if you're from a city. And also, it doesn't matter if you're young, you can also be old. And so, I'm really focusing on really working really hard on getting a music video for this one and really pushing it because I feel like it speaks to a lot of people. But go ahead. Slide off for a second. Baby's blessed on alien arms with flammable waters mixing the formula bottles and healing out of the land and no mothers and fathers only hurt sons and daughters that hurt sons and daughters recreating the cycle that keeps our hands on the throttle when the swerve full speed in the vehicular manslaughter becoming just another story added to the novel of a book called Indian Pain that's put on display next to cowboys and bosses you didn't know. You didn't know life expectancy comes to stop before we know better. In a place where people just keep getting old, no elders. Babies having babies searching for a world of four letters. L-O-V-E, when all we do is in a drunk state where we don't remember the way back to each other's hearts. Lost forever, lost forever. Are we lost forever? We can't be lost forever. Are we lost forever? Can't be lost forever. I ain't trying to be high now. Now I'm thinking about forever. I'm thinking about forever. Baby's born shaking, addicted to the mama needed another hit to take another little trip away from her home, God. She whistled alone, God. Whistling away from her dome, God. Little does she know, God, while she's blaming the most high that we don't die. Suicidal road time, missing with no signs, listen. Now that wasn't God's intentions. We don't play tackle in the streets cause needles don't hide in the gravel hole. Spend sleepless nights on the kitchen floor, cracked up and door, wishing for more. Nah, it's cause they profit from my misery. So my downfall will now be a mystery. My life is one chapter of a book called Indian Pain. That's sweat under the rugs of history. They wanna take my name and erase my pain. Go ahead and take it. All we're lost forever, we can't be lost forever. All we're lost forever, can't be lost forever. I ain't trying to be alive now. Now I'm thinking about forever. I'm thinking about forever. And I know one day I'll fly. Yes, I know one day I'll fly. Yes, I know one day. Yes, I know one day. Yes, I know one day I'll fly. Yes, I know one day. Yes, I know one day. Yes, I know one day I'll fly. Yes, I know one day. Yes, I know one day. Yes, I know one day we'll fly. So, for me, a lot of my lyrics, I go by yaws like Jaws. I was a DJ at the University of Montana, and I was like 88.1 or something. But during the interviews, they're like, well, "What's your name, Yaz? What do you want to go by, Yaz?" I was like, it's Yaz. But so I was like, okay. Well, it came my time to DJ, and I had my whole set list and everything ready. I was really stoked, and I kept saying, "Yaz, my name's Yaz." Like, okay, Yaz, you're up. I was like, oh, all right. So I put on my name my first time I going up, and he was reading it off. I put Yaz in parentheses like Jaws, like pronounced like Jaws. So it's stuck, and then ever since then I've been Yaz like Jaws. But thank you for your time, and I'm really stoked to be here. I'm really happy that NCBI is holding events like this for communities. It's really important. So next is Sheldon Tenorio, aka MC Rhetoric. This guy right here, he's always there, man. He's always there for me, and so I'm really excited to introduce him. He's a part of True Pride Music, and he was a part of True Pride Music before I was. And ever since I've been a part of it, he's always been there, and he's always had my back, and he's always made sure, you know, that it's always positive and it's always a good thing. Because sometimes when we're struggling and we're protesting and we're out there in these different communities where it's really hard, he's always making us laugh. So I'm really happy to be here. I'm really happy that he helped me introduce me to NCBI. But yes, so next is MC Rhetoric. Thank you.
Okay, put a round of applause together for my boy Yaz like Jaws there representing True Pride, representing the Black Feet Nation. Again, super glad to be here today. Again, I'm super thankful to be a part of this. Glad to see everybody out here supporting, celebrating diversity. You don't see that happening a lot anywhere else. So I really give major ups, major respect to NCBI and everybody involved with all the programming, all the work that you do. Crystal and I have been able to be involved with you and be able to go out and, you know, take your trainings, also help co-facilitate trainings. I kind of just came into NCBI like out of nowhere, and a lot of people thought I worked there when I was just a volunteer. So they really became family, just like me and my brother. Y'all as a family, you know. I consider NCBI my family, and just super stoked to be here. So let's get into it. This first song called "Feeling Like" off the mixtape. When you get a chance, head to the merch table, get yourself a mixtape, or some t-shirts, or some jewelry. This is off the mixtape again. Let me tell you what I'm feeling like, yeah, what I'm going through, each and every night, from the mic, yeah, when I'm in that booth, yo, how do I tell them what I'm on to write down? See, the only thing is you looking for a certain sound, that's why when I come around, when I come to town, develop your style, what I'm thinking, when it comes to putting in the work, there's no wishing, no fishing, coming up, I was quick to learn the mission, the true vision was to work for those inches, working for the seconds that matter, I want to be the master, I said I'm on me, yeah, running through the streets on the beats, let me live it up, metaphorically, for the cut, cause when I was growing up, I learned my first lesson in life, sometimes trust, no trust, no trust, no, yeah, standing on my own too, this is how it goes, and you know how we do, yeah, standing on my own too, and yeah, this is how it goes when we come into a show, yeah. But that's how life goes when I'm going to these shows. I know that there's more in store than being poor. I'm walking through the door trying to find a new world. Maybe a girl that I can hold on to. Someone that'll tell me everything's gonna be alright. When we going through tough times, let's grind out yet to find this woman, that special being. That if you wanna see my queen, we can move the same hot lane, not impressed with the plan. She's simple living, she's into all the words that I'm speaking when I'm reading on the sun's rays. We can turn around that darker day when we're laying in the grass and stores from our past. We laughing, she laughing, we laughing. Don't be afraid to move around. Y'all feel good? Put your hands together. You feel good? Come on. Yeah, there you go. Let this heal you. Let the music go through your soul. Yeah. Appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. How y'all feeling? Again, we use music as a tool, and I get to tell people out there who are on the fence about things. I get to raise this awareness and tell them, the things they should be hearing. I get to say the right things and, move some souls or touch some hearts out there. This next song is called My People. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. See, this world is cold, and I'm a trap with glow. No justice for my people, so the rhymes that I'm kicking will sound a little lethal, especially to those who believe it not equal. I have to come to a show and see why you standing over concrete, man. I have to speak my piece, no treaties. All the lies and disease, they've been trying to put me in the box. They've been trying to hit me with a small box, man, that's all they got. Throwing shackles and chains, I stay dodging left and right, aiming at your mind frame. Feel my pain in these pictures I paint. I'm Picasso with a pen when I put a blank page on strange. I remain right around in the middle of the night. My third eye sight, where your brother city lights, and my people know I'm freedom fight. When I say freedom, y'all say fight. Freedom. When I say freedom, y'all say fight. Freedom. Put a price on my head if you working with the feds. Leave nothing unsaid for my people when I'm dead. Why? Because the government got me on the list of alien intelligence. I should be the president, but not too much politicking, too much on wishing. Yo, I'm not about the life. You can catch me on the ground. Free your mind when you see me at a show. Feel me in your cerebral cortex. You wanna step, don't test. I'm flexing with the best. Ever since I got this pen in my hand, I've been taking a stand. And when I step to this mic stand, they don't want it, man. They don't want it, man. Appreciate y'all. At the end of the day, us being MCs, being masters of ceremony, speaking the truth, at the end of the day, we're poets. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a little spoken word that I have. This will be out on my upcoming album, Abstract Thoughts, the album. If you haven't seen the promo video, check it out. It's on the NCBI page. Some good friends posted it on there. So check it out. That kind of explains a little more about why I chose Abstract Thoughts as a concept and why I pushed that as a trilogy right now. So if you haven't seen the promo video, I recommend you to check that out. See, I don't plan on making money. Nah, I'd rather be outside of the building, building buildings for my children's children. The 7th generation has me racing. I'm pacing back and forth, looking in the mirrors on the back of the doors because I'm feeling like I'm poor. I want more. I want more of this. But what is this? Can't you see? The situation I'm facing has me pulling on the cages. I'm caged in. Let me breathe. Man, I love my dirt streets. Forget the concrete and a Wall Street puppets. The concrete jungle taught me the art of being humble. While other people on the bubble trying to burst my bubble, I will turn to the struggle. And the struggle is this. Don't nobody want to listen to this. Now listen to this. Hey kids, gather round, gather round. Y'all caught up in gold rush. No fun, no funds. Y'all free running, stumbling into drugs and weapons, miscounting your days and your blessings, using Smith and Wessons, no question. Y'all caught up in oppression. Yeah, you caught up in oppression. And when those clips get to clapping, y'all ass backwards, and I'm aiming at you. The blast master, hit him with the image, the mind capture. Master, a ceremony, if you need be, a category for the lessons I teach. And no preach, man, I walk this life full stride and strive for higher purpose. It burns heat like the furnace and deep through my epidermis to show y'all that I'm bad to the bone. And instead of chasing thrones or riches, I'm inching to live life so that I can both gain and spread this wisdom. I'm fixing a cataclysmic shift in the choices we make and the actions we take. And I pray for y'all's sake for the strength to break chains, and I wash the brain. Feel my pain, feel my pain, feel my pain, feel my pain, feel my pain. This is a new song called Art of Music. It's gonna be on my album. Just like y'all performed the new song earlier, it's probably the second, third time I've ever performed this song. From beats to mics, it reaches your soul. To meet and greets and travel to shows, I bring the remedy in all my sounds. Feel the energy that makes you too strong. Never let a rapper get the best of me. My recipe of melody, defeating all my enemies. The assembly of inner peace, yo, was gifted to me by the ancient beings. I continue and forever will be praying for this energy. Pure positivity, be a bit of me, a living free. Resides in the beats of these lines of paper, sheets of closed eyes. I can see this is 1 million music. More moving souls for the movement. Moving kids for the movement. Moving elders for the movement. Yeah, it's important that we keep moving. Keep moving. Keep moving. From beats to mics, it reaches your soul. So meet and greets and travel to shows. I bring the remedy in all my songs. Feel the energy that makes you strong. From beats and mics to meeting at the shows. To meet and greets and even on the road. I bring the remedy in all my shows. Feel the energy that makes you too strong. Too strong. Too strong. Too strong. Just like I was saying in that song, music and beats is energy, lyrics is energy. There's power in these words, there's power in the words that you speak, there's power coming out of your soul. And that energy for me comes from a different time and place. You know, I'm a vessel at the end of the day. Even hooking up to the mic cord, you know, it reminds me of when I was hooked up to that umbilical cord. You know, I was given power, I was given a purpose, a voice, a message to speak through the speakers, to blast through the speakers, and, you know, reach as many people as I can, and raise consciousness and raise awareness for things that are truly going on, things that are truly, you know, hurting our people, hurting our kids, things we need to heal from. And that's what music is for me. It's a lot of healing, it's a lot of energy. So just keep that in mind as we keep going through these songs and all the words and messages you hear from everybody. This is also a new song. It's called Poetry in Motion. I think y'all gonna like this one. How y'all feeling out there? Yeah. This is poetry in motion. Flows hit the head, whose minds speak to open. Savor each moment, ride waves of the ocean of roasting. You've been shows and I'm hosting. Yeah, this is poetry in motion. Floods hit the head, whose minds speak to open. Savor each moment, ride waves of the ocean of roasting. You've been shows and I'm hosting. Yeah. Rhetoric moves souls like telekinesis, giving breath to the pace like you go. My son, you can be this mighty in the wind, even when the trees become leafless. In other words, I'm healthy in the storm and I dope. These bones to chromosome made me worry. Yo, my mind remains sharper than the creases. Splitting ties like the levers. Always spitting rhymes like a creature. Don't need this, it's reason. It reads for good reason. Yeah, and it's backwards. To skip the action, so capture when I rap this. But a rap bastard, yeah. See, I practice what I preach. Unlike another pastor, unlike another actor. Dropping seeds for the pasture. Getting broken like disaster. Yeah, you know what it is. This is poetry in motion. This is poetry in motion. Flows in the heads whose minds need to open. Savor each moment by waves of the ocean. I'm boasting. You've been chosen, I'm hosting. Yeah, this is poetry in motion. Floods in the heads whose minds need to open. Ride waves of the ocean. I'm boasting. You've been chosen, I'm hosting. Yeah. Riding on my wrongs, riding on my rights. I'm praying to the dawn, but it feels like I'm living in hell. And I'm spawned, this is from a step. Now can you tell? I'm in a dreamscape, searching for the light. Take my place of months with the greats, yeah. Feeling like I'm late. Put my date with fate, I'm skywalking. But with these ankle weights, it's a pain surging inside my own brain. Only to find my patience and patience, intoxicated with pain. My aching needs rest, and my people are oppressed. So what is it then? No sleep, no strings attached. Got a nation at my back, and they're ready to attack. Genetic memory every time I speak on this beat. Yeah, I'm dropping knowledge so heavy. My mind like Lucy. I'm Professor X with that cerebral capacity. Cause this is poetry and yeah, speaking to the heads who need to really know. This is poetry and How y'all feeling out there? Just want to say thank you again. It's going to be my last song. Another new song. It has a little jazzy feel to it. Get into it right quick. How many of you guys like jazz music? How many of you guys like rhythm and blues? How many of y'all like hip hop? Yeah, it's a blend of all three of those. Let's get it. Yeah, let's get it. Living in this life, I'm caught up in the struggle with the puzzle. Feel the middle bubble, I'm yeah. Living in this life, I'm caught up in the struggle with the puzzle. It wasn't until I found a hustle like a good upon the rubble. Become humble, gather with peace, I continue breathing. Steady, calm, and ready. My mind will be heavy, and my body naked pain, and my bones about to break. So chances I'ma have to take it, and opportunities while I need to create and make ways for my people, But I'm feeling like I'm stuck in the maze. I got a hand to come from a warrior ways. Although some of those say, hey, you ain't understand, I'm here to reclaim, and I can try to say the mind that they're trying to break down since the day they came. Saying on my name, it don't matter. The revolution will never be shadowed. Well, after my time is coming on, to be singing the song, my people will gather, come together and remember through all of the pain, what we're looking for a better tomorrow, today. Yeah. So we're looking for a better tomorrow, today. When I say hit, y'all say hi, hit. 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 See, I'm gone, I'm about to break. No escapes when I wake up and I live a nightmare. I'm light years away. Yeah, my mind, body, and my spirit feeling disconnected. No longer mirror images apparent. I'm lost. And so, evidently, my pen leaving blank sheets to reach energy before we're in here and bring forth some peace. Let me see, I have a blind, using only two. EYEs, I have it with me. Come clean and replenish your soul. The light flows deep within my core. Burns so and continues to grow. And grow and I show when I'm in my highs. Or even, yeah, in my lows so lows, I find hope. So repeat after me, when I'm at my highs. When I'm at my highs. Or even at my lowest of lows. I find hope. Hope. Peace.
Appreciate y'all. Thank you so much. Big up CBI, big up to Diversity Day. Thank you so much. Appreciate y'all. Again, check out the merch table. We got a lot of good products there. Thank you for having me.
Don't forget to show your support of youth leadership and our goals of expanding youth leadership programs throughout Missoula by donating or getting more involved in CBI. And a big thanks to YAC and CBI staff board and volunteers for your dedicated time and being awesome.
Sorry, I was over taking pictures like you guys should do. So up next we have Chris Coburn from Planned Parenthood, Montana. He's just going to be talking about an upcoming event that they're going to be hosting. So, Chris.
All right, thank you, Cody and NCBI for having this event. Like Cody said, my name is, say what? Oh, I'll get you. So like Cody said, my name is Chris, and I am the outreach educator for Planned Parenthood. I'm also on the board for NCBI. I've also been involved with NCBI for like, I don't know how many years now, at least 10. So, I'm here to talk a little bit about this event that we have coming up for Planned Parenthood. In a minute, we'll find a trailer to show you this film screening that we're bringing to Missoula. And the film screening is called TRAPPed, and it's all about TRAP laws in the United States. And TRAP, the acronym TRAP stands for Targeted Regulations of Abortion Providers. So there's these laws that limit people's ability to perform safe and legal abortion services, even in the presence of the Roe v. Wade precedent that we have in the United States. So the film really is all about how these laws impact people, which people they impact, and what these laws really mean for everyday people. And what we find is that these TRAP laws really impact low-income communities, communities of color, disproportionately. In Montana, we don't right now have any of these TRAP laws in place, but we have had to fight against these very laws in the past, and probably will again in the 2016 through 2018 year. We're kind of ramping up our fights for that. So, yeah. So that's a question. So a question that was just asked is what? Yeah. So what TRAP is all about is in a lot of states. I'll give Texas as an example. Right now in Texas, and actually the Supreme Court case that's going to be heard, or that is being heard right now, about abortion access is dealing with whole woman health in Texas. And what's happening is that they're passing these laws that make it so that abortion providers or abortion clinics, like places like Planned Parenthood, have to have hospital regulation-sized rooms or operating rooms, operating procedures, have all these prescription drugs at hand, have oxygen in the walls, have overhead lights, have surgical tables, when in reality, abortions don't require any of that. They also do things like make it so that abortion doctors have to say a really crazy thing to their patients, right? They have to tell them all these risks, which is a good thing, but they have to present the risks in a way as if they are very likely. When in actuality, abortion procedures are among the safest outpatient procedures that we have available to people. So places like Texas, what TRAP really shows is that prior to 2010, there was about 27 abortion clinics in the state of Texas. Today there are 4, and if the Supreme Court rules in favor of the Texas government, then that means there will be one clinic for the entire state of Texas, which you guys probably know how big Texas is. That's already happening in places like Alabama, where there's 2 clinics for the whole state of Alabama, and they're constantly fighting off these laws, raising money to make these clinics hospital standards. So that's kind of what's happening around the country. And yeah, I think that a lot of people take abortion services for granted and access it's not enough to have them be legal, right? These laws are targeting people's access to this very legal and safe procedure, and very important procedure. You see the rise already in people trying to induce abortions at home with unsafe medicines, unsafe practices, which lead to a lot of really terrible health outcomes. So I think Kim has it up now, so we're gonna play it. So this is a trailer for Trapped. We're having a free film screening on Monday the 25th at 7 p.m. at the Wilma Theater. It's a partnership with the Big Sky Doc Film Festival. It's one of the part of the free series, so it'll be Monday at 7.
In Texas today, Governor Rick Perry signed some Mississippi consumed in the fight to eliminate abortion.
Women are going to have abortions. It's just that they are not going to be safe and legal.
The legislature passed a bill that they knew this was not required. And that was the function of the bill. The function is a trap.
In the past 3 years, there have been hundreds of restrictions passed, more than in the past decade.
These rules don't add anything to the safety of women.
This is our pharmacy. The drugs always expire because we never use them. I don't know that we've ever used any of these stimulants.
They chop you piecemeal reproductive rights.
There's a 2 to 3 week waiting list for a procedure where time is of the essence.
I remember getting a call once from a patient. She said, why if I tell you what I have in my kitchen cabinet, and you tell me what I can do?
We've forgotten what this country is about. Everything's given to God.
I have a hard time forgiving myself.
I want women to talk to each other, quit shaming each other. I want people to quit shaming women over abortion, period.
I'm on the floor today to give voice to thousands of Texans who have been ignored.
The Supreme Court is going to hear another one of these cases, and it's going to be a showdown.
They're letting politics trump medicine.
You should understand it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It is escalating what is happening across the United States.
It's increasingly becoming the case that women's constitutional rights are determined by their zip codes.
I just want more people to start asking who's benefiting. Who benefits?
So that's the film we'll be screening. It's a new film that just premiered at Sundance this year, and we're one of like the first few communities to be having a free screening. And after the screening, there will be a Q&A panel with the CEO of Planned Parenthood, one of our local abortion providers, Dr. Joey Banks, as well as a couple other people from the state. So that'd be really cool. I'm just, before I move on, wondering if there's any questions people have about the state of abortion, the state of Planned Parenthood in Montana or across the country, or just what these trap laws really are doing. So if there's any questions, I can answer those, because I just happen to know a lot about that stuff.
Chris, can you repeat the date?
Yeah, so the date for the trap screening is going to be Monday the 25th at 7 p.m. Yeah, and it's free.
Where is it?
At the Wilma Theater, Wilma, yeah, sorry. It was supposed to be at the Roxy, but now it's the Wilma, so. Yeah. Yeah.
If Planned Parenthood were basically shut down, it would limit access to pregnancy prevention for thousands of people.
Yeah.
Not just young girls, but married women and men.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a huge service. It's not an abortion.
Yeah. So,
That's the misconception.
yeah. So I think what you're getting to is a question that I get asked a lot when I'm doing educational presentations, just working, is what exactly does Planned Parenthood do aside from abortion services? And the answer is most of what we do is not abortion services, it's ways to prevent abortions from being needed, really, right? So that's things like offering birth control options to all genders, right? We have options for all people, and things like doing sex education. I run a group called Teen Council, and we do, we do like the most sexual health education in the county for high school students, talking about things like birth control and STIs, and partnering with other people to do things about consent education, and all those things that tie into ways that we can try and prevent unintended pregnancies before they happen. And so in Montana, 97% of what we do are things to prevent abortion, right? Or things to prevent pregnancies that aren't wanted. And 3% of what we do is actually going towards abortion services. That's a really important 3%, but it's a really small part, right? In the whole country, that's about 5% of what Planned Parenthood does. And if, like you mentioned, if Planned Parenthood would be shut down, which it has been shut down in a couple states, right? And when we say shut down, it just means that those states have decided to not fund Planned Parenthood. And when I'm talking about funding, it's just for things like I talked about STI testing and birth control, making those options affordable for people. They've seen huge increases in teen pregnancy, just all pregnancy. They've also seen huge increases, like I think in the film, a really powerful thing was one of the care providers from Texas said, she had somebody call and said, here's all the things I have in my house, tell me what I can take to induce my own abortion. When you start doing those things, that's very dangerous. And we've seen huge increases in hospital visits due to botched abortions that are not done under the care and practice of a licensed provider. Right? So those are things that can happen. In Montana, we're pretty lucky right now. We have 5 Planned Parenthoods across the state, and actually we do have a lot of access in different communities aside from Planned Parenthood. Even here in Missoula, we have Blue Mountain Clinic, we have Bridger Care in Bozeman, and the clinic in Butte. So there's a lot of different places, and that's lucky. And that is solely because of the work that people in this room do, people at Planned Parenthood do, and the work of our really fought for elected officials, like Senator Tester, for instance, people who really have the women's health and just people's health in their mind. So it's a great question. Cool. Any other questions before we wrap it up about Planned Parenthood or abortion services?
They just don't treat young people, they treat gynecological issues from young women to elderly, literally.
Yeah, we see all ages people, because what we know is that sexual health care is for everybody, right? And people have different considerations, and most of the people who come to Planned Parenthood across the country are lower income individuals. So sometimes for people, Planned Parenthood is the only place they can access health care of any sort. And people, we do see people who aren't low income too, people like Planned Parenthood, people actually love Planned Parenthood, but without Planned Parenthood, a lot of these low income communities, everybody in that community, regardless of gender or age, would be without health care. So, cool. All right, thank you guys.
All right, so
You can shoot.
oh, okay. I keep forgetting to turn it on. So our final performances tonight are coming from Youth Poetry Slam, featuring you for Planned Parenthood Teen Council and you, our community. So Youth 4 is a weekly drop-in group for youth ages 13 to 19 who identify as gay, lesbian, bisexual, transgender, two-spirit, queer, or are questioning their gender identity or sexual orientation. This group has founded Montana GSA Network and also operates out of NCBI. And Planned Parenthood Teen Council is made up of students from area high schools in each of our health center communities. Members make presentations to middle school and high school classes, act as consultants for Planned Parenthood educators, and are resources for their peers. And we also want to give a huge shout out to the Zootown Arts Community Center rock star, Linz, is she here? Nope. Woo! Huh? Oh, she's in Puerto Rico. That's sweet. Nice. Okay. But she Poetry slam? Poetry slam it up? Anyone? Perhaps not. You know, I wish I had a poem for you guys, but I really don't. Oh?
Yeah, we have one.
We have one? Sweet. I also wish I had more jokes, but I don't. I'm sorry. What's your name? Hannah. Hannah? Yes. Did you go to high school here? No. Yes? Yes?
I don't know, I said yes. Yes.
All right, give it up for Hannah.
I think you guys are supposed to snap, not clap. Oh. Photo op. Okay, so I'm gonna slam, I guess. I know we're not supposed to introduce our poems, but I'm going to. So what we were working on is healthy sexuality poems, or healthy relationships. So mine is about healthy communication in relationships. Yeah, snaps, please. Okay. Talk to me. I don't want your sighs, silences, eye rolls, head shakes, door slams. Damn. Why don't you talk to me? Am I too cold, too warm, too open, too closed? Is my embrace a stalemate? Do I fight or cry or vacate? Do I stay? Will you stay? Talk to me. Teach me to touch you. Help me to hold you. If your body is a temple, I am a loyal patron or matron. Keeping guard, taking charge, begging, praying, talk to me. I want your blunders, boundaries, breaking points. I want your shallow breaths, deep sighs, closed eyes, night cries. I want your crash, bang, sis, boom, ba, your marching band heartbeat, vinyl record heart skip, hopscotch tube sock daydreams. I want you to talk to me. Look at me, purposefully. I am listening, I am waiting, I am here. I am here. I am the bedside table, the TV cable, the plastic coat rack your mom bought off eBay. I am domesticated, abbreviated, segregated. I have one foot in the sand and one in the Atlantic. You have one hand in your hair and one in the Pacific. I will hear you in the crashing tide, taste you in the salted sea, find you in the lighthouse, waiting for something, waiting for me. Your veins are no bluer than the sky, or your eyes, and you'll talk to me.
Alright, that was awesome. Thank you. Alright, anyone else? Seriously, anyone? Come on up here. Anything? Any tongue twisters? Any jokes? Tessa, you got a joke? No. She doesn't have a joke. Anyone got a joke? Anything? Oh, Heidi. Oh, no. I saw you raise your hand, Heidi.
Yeah,
You got-
I'll try to remember.
Yes, do you want to come up here? I can come partly to you, but not that far.
Okay.
I'll stay up here with you if you want. Woo! Okay. What's your name? Sophia? This is Sophia. What's school you go to, Sophia? Bubbles? Sophia!
What do you call a pile of cats?
What?
A meowton.
A meowton! That was awesome. That was incredible. That was awesome. Wow. I wish I had good jokes like that. So, meowton. I'm going to use that one often. So, do we have anything else to wrap up the night? Anyone want to share a little bit about what diversity means to you? I'm going to do a dance. I'm not good at dancing, everybody, so why don't someone hop up here and tell me what diversity means to them? Gage? Gage, let's go! Yeah! Yay! Shout out to my other MCs. What does diversity mean to you, Gage?
I suppose diversity in all of its entirety means to me is, it's really hard to specify it in any one thing, but that it's the overall equality of everyone and everything, and that it doesn't matter exactly what specifically it may be, but that whatever it is, it's fair and it's right and it's what is meant to happen.
Anyone else want to share what diversity means to them?
What does diversity mean to you?
What does diversity mean to you? Diversity to me means everyone in a community coming together like so and celebrating like things we have in common and things that are good, but also realizing people aren't the same, and that's awesome, and people shouldn't be the same because that would be boring. All right. Now I'm just standing here. So, Cody? What does diversity mean to you? What is it? Yeah.
Diversity is a huge thing. Sorry, I'm not really great with words, so this is probably going to be a little iffy. But I think diversity to me just means the idea that everybody's different and that our differences are what make us the same, and just celebrating our differences and similarities, I guess.
Michaela, you're next. Well, let's see. Okay. Diversity to me, I think I go a lot off of what Cody said, and also just like what Emma said too, like being together like this and just seeing everybody's differences. Good job. Yes. Does anyone else have anything to say? Or are we wrapping it up? What are we doing? Well, I'm not in charge. You are in charge. I am in charge. I'm in charge.
Living in Missoula might mean choosing to live here because of diversity. And you look at most places, metropolises in the world, people want to live there purposely because of diversity, not as a side effect, but as a purposeful benefit to the society.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Woo! Mia is talking about what diversity means to you. You want to share something, Casey? You good?
Go for it.
Apparently, no one else wants to share anything. So, should we wrap it up? I just want to say thank you all for coming tonight. And I am so happy that this event is so magical. Yeah.
Can you call up the organizers?
Yes, absolutely. Organizers, please come up. That means Youth Advisory Council. Kim, Heidi. Not you, someone else.
It's not just
anyone who helped organize this at all can hop up here. Tessa, you were a part of this. Jesse, I think that's you.
taking a picture.
Oh, Kim.
Katie.
Also, one more friendly reminder. There are still shirts and fun pins and the photo booth, which is awesome.
Do we need to make a second round?
I'm in the back.
All right. Thanks for coming, everybody. You can still get pictures at the photo booth or buy shirts everyone.